Hi, my name's Josh Steffler, and I'm with WeAreChange and you may also have seen me on a local cable access television show called Freedom Free for All TV. Today is February 27th, 2013, and I would like to talk to you about Anti-Bullying Day. Because that's what the government has decided for us that today is. Today is a day that we all wear pink shirts and stop bullying. Because wearing pink somehow makes us stop bullying. When we think of bullying, we think of children and schoolyards and behavior between kids. We don't often think about the bullying that happens in our adult lives, in our workplaces, in our social circles, in our everyday life. And yet we don't confront the biggest bully on the block. We teach children to, we used to teach children to stand up to bullies and to fight back against bullies. And now in my children's school there's this whole program called the Wits Program, which stands for walk away, ignore it, talk it out, and seek help. I have my own opinion about the Wits Program, but it seems to be a program designed to reinforce the victimization of the bullies and to reinforce the idea that you can't stop bullying, that you need, as a child, you need to go to some other authority, which at school is your teacher, your principal. It's a reinforcing program that instills in children's minds that they can't stop the bullies, they need to go to the authority. And who's the authority? The teachers, the principal. Now, in my opinion, the children are just reflections of what's going on in our general society. We teach children not to hit, not to steal, not to kill, not to lie, not to, make false contracts, promise you'll do something and then not do it. And yet, when children look at the adult world and what's going on in our society today, they can see that we have a monstrous bully in all of our lives, and that bully's name is the government, the state. I'm not talking about the Canadian government, I'm not talking about the Harper government or the BC government or the US government. I'm talking about the idea of government. We teach children not to steal, and yet we allow government to bully us into letting it steal from us. Now, you may think that taxes are a necessary evil or that they're not even theft, but when somebody takes something from you without your permission, that's theft. I know, and I know you know, but you've been programmed to think differently, that this isn't a bully, this is the good guy, but it's acting in a bully way. We teach children not to lie, and yet we have the government hiding things from us, bullying us into believing everything that it says, even though we know it's a lie. We teach children not to hit and not to use violence to get their ways, and yet we allow the government to use violence and bully other countries. And as Canadians, we like to think of ourselves as, we're the good guys, we're the friends of the world. Well, I don't think that the people of Libya think that. After the war of aggression that went on in Libya, which the media, through government, tells you that it was a liberation program and that it was for the greater good. But let me be clear about something. Canadian planes used weapons that killed children. That's beyond bullying. So we gotta look at the biggest bully on the block. The government is the bully. Anti-bullying day is not gonna stop when everybody starts wearing pink shirts. Bullying comes from a lack of respect for our fellow man and their rights and their property rights. And we see this from the government that doesn't respect our rights to be free, our rights to free speech. It infringes on our rights to free speech. It infringes on our property rights and threatens us, tells us that it'll take our property away if we don't pay this, if we don't pay that. Think of our property as our lunch money. We need that to sustain ourselves. And our property can also be our paychecks. Our paychecks are our property. And kids have their lunch money. That's their paycheck. So when the bully comes and takes it, that person is now no longer able to eat their lunch. Or they threaten them, you better give it to me or else. Or else what? Well, so many people think that giving taxes is a voluntary, paying taxes is a voluntary action. It's not voluntary at all. Many people pay because they're afraid of going to jail. They're afraid of losing their home, their bank accounts, their savings, their children even. So I think as a society we have stopped respecting each other's individuality and each other's sovereignty. Because we're all each a sovereign being. We have our own thoughts, our own minds. We are the masters of our own destiny. And there are constant bullying forces trying to manipulate and control our destiny through coercion, through force, through aggression. The way we stop it is by leading the children by example, moving towards a voluntary, participatory society that's not built upon theft and aggression and coercion and false contracts and lies. Wearing a pink shirt is not going to stop bullying, but it's going to start conversations. So I urge you to talk to your kids about the biggest bully on the block. And let's work together to find ways to stop this bully. Because government is not society, government is not civilization, taxes are not the price we pay for civilization. They are symptoms of a parasite that is latched on, which is government. And we need to talk to people and find ways to engage voluntarily, to cooperate and collaborate, rather than being forced into action, being coerced into action. My name's Josh with WeAreChangeVictoria.org, coming to you live from this beautiful hidden spring in Goldstream Park, Victoria, BC, reminding you to be safe and be free.